And Tim Kaine didn't waste any time just reminding people about that today. Presidential historian Doug Wead, it's not getting nearly the press and attention it did 16 years ago. But of course, at that time, Doug, I mean, guys like you have reminded me, the whole election was in dispute and for the better part of a month. What do you think of that anomaly now?
Yeah, it's not big news now because it's happened again so frequently. The shock of Donald Trump's victory, the pollsters got it wrong. Polling organizations now are so inbred, Neil, and they exchange their personnel at will. There used to be diversity. I mean, you can go into a Nordstrom's and there's 50 different kinds of perfume, but they're all manufactured at the same place in Switzerland. And the people can flip through the channels, but they're all owned by 6 companies. And there used to be diversity in polling. It was very secretive. Each network had their own pollsters, and they even had their own programmers who would program the polls.
But there were some standouts, right? I mean, IBD did have Donald Trump ahead. Naturally, the irony being, of course, he wasn't ahead in national and popular vote, but in the state breakdown, you're right, they were all very, very similar. What do they have to do to undo what they got wrong?
Diversify. There needs to be some freelancers if they'll do it. You know, they missed the ground game, which was very fundamental. The Great America PAC with Eric Beach and Ed Rollins and Jesse Benton, they did groundwork. They took money and did groundwork. Everybody made fun of them because you make your money in those PACs when you buy TV ads. But they did the hard grunt work of building a ground game.
What about missing key people, period? About, you know, we always talk about people who are overlooked, you know, landlines versus cell phones. Do we just have to get this up to speed? What?
Yeah, there was a lot of that, and they would go to most likely voters, which they did. But I gotta say this, Lou Dobbs was right. I hear people on TV saying, oh, the pundits all missed it. He was right from the beginning, your buddy, and so was Ben Carson, so was Chris Christie, so was Mike Huckabee, and so was Doug Wead. A year and a half ago on your show, I talked about Andrew Jackson and how he'd go all the way. You can't imagine the grief I got telling on some of your shows that Donald Trump would win on the first ballot. They said, oh, no, it's going to be a contested. But I'm very humble about history. I have to tell you, I never say I'm an expert on history. I say I'm a student of history. And I feel like
learn something new. We always learn something new.
Always something new. And John Kennedy had this favorite prayer about the sailor who said, your sea is so big and my boat is so small. That's the way I feel about history. So a lot of people got it wrong, but there's no shame in that.
No, there isn't. But admit it, that was